Hello and welcome to video 2 of our 2D platformer tutorial. In this video we will be setting up the project, which will include importing assets as well as setting up our file structure. So let's get started. First thing is you're going to want to create if you haven't already created a Unity project. So here's what the Unity Hub looks like. I already have my project open, but I'll walk you through creating your own. If you come over here to the right where it says new project, you can press on that and you'll have a bunch of templates that appear. You can select one of those. You can just go with the core, one of the cores, but I just use the 2D built-in render pipeline core. Go ahead and name your project. In this case, it's going to be a platformer 2D, or whatever the name is for your project. Okay, once you've named your project, press the create button. It's going to take a minute, depending on the type of computer you have, for everything to load up. But once it does, you'll come to a screen that looks similar to this. Alright. So, what we have here, after it's loaded, is this white rectangle here. This white rectangle here are the bounds of the camera. Everything inside of this rectangle can be viewed here on the game screen. One of the things you're going to want to do when you first load your project, it's going to say something like this: free aspect, right underneath the game tab. Go ahead and click on free aspect and make sure that you look for the full HD 1920 by 1080. This will allow your game to be played through the most common resolution of screen quality that people have. You'll notice that your game screen gets cut short a little bit. That's okay. Go ahead and click back on your scenes folder or tab. Now, what we want to do is import our assets. There are 3 ways to import our assets, which we'll get to in a minute, because we need to create the folders for our assets. You'll notice down here in the bottom window, there are folders on the left. This window is the project window. This project window houses all the assets for your game. Go ahead and click on the word assets. Let's create some folders. Right click with the mouse and you'll get a pop-up. Hover over create and choose folder. This folder we're going to name _ characters. That's going to be where we have our player and our enemies. Right click in the assets window here and choose create. Press folder. This time we're going to name it _ environments. Let's continue creating folders. We need a folder that has the audio. We need a folder to hold our scripts. We need a folder to hold our items and VFX. We need a folder to hold our I was going to create a scenes folder, but we have one already, so I don't think we'll need that one. So we can actually right click on this folder and then come up to delete and then delete it. What we can do is click on the scenes folder here, right click on it, and go up to rename and add an underscore to it. You'll notice that the scene folder is filled in gray and the others are not. That's because the scene folder is not empty. It contains this sample scene that we started out with. Let's go ahead and create a new scene, or save this scene as a different name. Go up here to the top and choose File. Then go to Save As. And in your scenes folder, so double click on it to open it, just type in for now test level. Then press save. Alright, now we're ready to import the assets. There are a few ways to import assets. The assets that we'll be using for this are the Sunnyland assets, pixel art assets. I found them on itch.io and they were made by the creator Ansimas. Feel free to follow him and support him by downloading and purchasing his work if you like it. He has a wealth of assets that you can use for your own games. When you go to itch.io to download this, you can just scroll down once you find this page and you'll see the download now price. Just press download now, and if you don't want to purchase it, then you can just click no thanks, just take me to downloads. It will download the file. Now, to importing assets. There are several ways to import the assets. You can open up the folder, in this case characters, right click in the window, and go to import new asset. You can then go till you find the asset, open up the folders, select the files, and then press import. Unfortunately, this way you can only import one file at a time. As you notice, when I pressed import, it just opened up the folder. So I prefer to open up the file explorer, navigate to the folder, and then just drag the files in one folder at a time or two folders at a time. We'll also need the environments. So I'm going to go back here, open up my environments, and you'll see there's a load of environments for us to use. So click on your environments folder, go back to your file explorer. We can then select all these folders. Just click on one and drag it, and you'll see that you have 22 folders selected. And just drop them into your environments folder. Go ahead and repeat that for the items and VFX. Click on items and VFX, and you will find the items and VFX folder underneath assets in your Sunnyland collection files, and it's going to be this prop items and VFX. Just double click on it, and then you'll be able to select the folders and drag them in. There. Now we have all the assets we need to get started. We will find some audio later and import those, and then we will be creating our own scripts in Unity. So that is it for this video. What you've learned today is setting up your file structure, setting up the game window for the correct resolution, as well as importing assets into your scene. Thank you for joining us.